It's Mickey Factz, and right now you're checking out hiphopwired.com.
What's holding the record back right now, and is it so-called the achievement?
Yeah, man, the achievement is still dropping. It's coming out in springtime. You know, the mixtape dropped afterwards, and now we Young was on the mixtape, and it kind of was the best song on there, and a lot of people was feeling it. So, you know, that's the first single that we're gonna run with, and then we're gonna come really hard right after. You know. Yeah.
You're satisfied with the response that Alpha and Paradise got?
Yeah. I think the response to both of those records was great. You know, Alpha was, off of a year-long hiatus, from putting out music, and I think a lot of people enjoyed it, and I think Paradise was definitely something that people really, really liked, It was for the core fan base, and it opened up my fan base a lot as well, so I'm excited,
Jive hasn't necessarily for the past 20 years been place where hip-hop artists traditionally go to. I mean, there's a lot of, they've had a lot of pop artists. How do you think they'll be able, do they have the capacity to handle you as an artist, or how are they treating you, and how much creative freedom do you have in terms of executing projects and all that stuff?
Well, I have tons of creative freedom. The guy who signed me, Jeffrey Sledge, he actually signed KRS-One here to Jive, and he also A&R Ghostface Killer's Iron Man. So like I'm pretty much in good hands as far as the creativity side of it, and as far as the business model, yes, this is definitely a more R&B pop label, but I've always been someone who's keen to experimenting with my music. So for me to come here is definitely a fit for me anyway. I think as far as where the music is going to be going to soon, I think a lot of people is going to say it makes sense as well, because I've taken meetings with a lot of other labels as well, but I felt like this was the best place for me to go and the direction of the music that I'm taking it. So I'm excited.
And what's the GFC New York's role in your progression as an artist? And
they handle the creative and my lifestyle, so they're definitely there when it comes to creating some of the music, and they're there as well as when it comes to the lifestyle and my styling and the brand of Mickey Factz, and I think that's where the partnership comes in for GFC New York and Battery Jive Records.
A lot of times artists sign for certain qualities they have, you know what I mean? And a lot of times after they sign to these labels, they have to compromise what they were originally about and what the label originally liked about them. But sometimes when they don't see the numbers, or it's all about the bottom line, how do you play your cards where you can walk that tightrope, where you maintain that?
I mean, I think that's what, for every business, you have to do what you feel is best, but then you also have to play by the rules. And for me, I'm always going to be able to release music and flood the blogs and even take care of my own social media and be able to attack the way I attack. But, it's a business at the end of the day, and you have to bring in some type of revenue, whether it's with a major label, independent label, or for yourself, because you got to take care of yourself. You got to pay the bills. So for me, you got to have the records, and that's why we put out a Paradise, and that's why we put out a We Young. And, we got some crazy, crazy records coming out after that, that's just going to take us to the next level. And I don't feel like, I'm straddling the fence at all. I just think, you got to play your position, and I think that's what I'm doing exactly while being here at Battery Jive.
So going back to the blogs and stuff, back in 08 when you started appearing on a lot of these blogs, you made a lot of people into believers over a period of time, because initially you weren't really getting the response you would probably want from a lot of these blogs. So what was your tactic, what was your strategy and game plan in terms of making them into believers for the past couple of years?
By going out and performing, whenever I would go out, because I had such a different style, and I had such a different, unique way of dressing, and I would always have hecklers, because they always think a New York artist is supposed to look like a New York artist, and New York is just not subjective to what was popular in the 90s. For me, I used to have hecklers, and I used to just perform even with the hecklers, and they would cheer for me afterwards, or freestyling with my peers and being able to come out on top afterwards, or, you know, just letting people know that, you know, I have deeply rooted hip-hop history. Like, I know my history pretty well. And, you know, I think just the music spoke for itself aside from the videos and everything else. I think people just had to come to terms that Mickey Factz is here to stay, and he's actually talented on top of that.
What is Mickey Factz going to be like? I'm in a good place right now.
Well, I feel like, you know, being nominated for a Grammy or something like that, or having your record being like a top charted record, or, you know, having a great selling album. Those are what's successful to me. Selling out a tour, you know,
right.
that's what's being successful for me. Is you know, don't want to kind of make it too far-fetched, you know, but I feel like those are what dictates Mickey Factz, you know.
Is it true you went to law school at NYU?
I studied law in NYU. I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't go to law school. Okay.
I studied law. Yeah.
So I was watching Rhyme and Reason in the beginning. You're like, oh, he's a paralegal. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Did you like that?
No.
No.
I hated it, and that's why we here right now.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't want those loans, man. Law school.
We don't want the loans, and it was just boring. It's a boring lifestyle. You know, hip hop is much better.
So at the height of the recession, Honda tapped you for this promotional deal. How did you think, you know, all the skits you did on YouTube with Rhyme and Reason and the whole marketing campaign? How do you think it came out? Were you happy with it?
I enjoyed it. I think it was definitely something that people saw and enjoyed and took to a level where it was successful. We should have definitely capitalized on it more. You know, going back to the timing situation, placing like a record out while that was out, and also, you know, putting a mixtape out or shooting some more videos. But, you know, it's a learning experience for me, and that commercial really got into people's heads, and that's what really opened up a lot of other people's, you know, eyes to me.
Before we started taping, you were talking about the XXL covers. How important do you think those covers really are in like developing an artist and helping them elevate in terms of does it really create that buzz and that longevity? Does it really help them get to another place, or it's just another vanity thing where like, okay, I made the cover, but
it's all about the artist afterwards. I mean,
yeah.
You have to take it to where you can take it to, you know.
Right.
If you look at each cover, it's always about 2 or 3 artists that kind of explode from there. And then there's like 4 who, you know, are mid-level, and then there's 2 or 3 that just kind of just fall to the wayside. But it all depends on the artist. Like, if you work hard, you get what you get out of it, you know. And I feel like with every cover, that's what's gonna be, you know. And you just gotta work. It's all about the artist working. Once you stop working, then it's like, what for?
Who do you consider like among your peers right now, like that, you know, you want on your album or have them, or who is gonna be on that album?
I mean, I've worked with so many artists.
Can you expect the same people you've been seeing on the beat songs and the mixtapes?
Well, I mean, like, at that time, you know, this was before, you know, Drake and Cudi got superstar status, but I've done records with those guys and Travis. But right now on the album, we got Yellow Wolf, we got Marsha Ambrosio, and I'm working on some other stuff, you know, for the next single, you know, with my homie. I'm not gonna let the name out just yet, but, you know, we're working on it, trying to confirm it. And once that's confirmed, you know, we're gonna be good to go. But you know, I'm open to work with everybody. I'm trying to get in the studio with everybody all the time, you know. We're just trying to see what happens, you know. It's Mickey Factz, and right now you're checking out hiphopwire.com. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Mickey Factz, facebook.com/official Mickey Factz, and on Tumblr, mickeyfactz.tumblr.com. Peace.